I know some of you may not have done breath work before. Bless you. I saw someone sneezed. We will realistically be 10 minutes past 9 today, possibly 15 minutes past 9. Just giving everyone a heads up. Or sorry, at 9 o'clock my time. So we may go about 10 or 15 minutes over past the date, the time when this class is supposed to end. And I hope that works for everyone. Sorry, I try to cram it in, but sometimes I have trouble squishing it all in. So breath work, you do not have to do the breath work, but I just really recommend that you give it a try unless you have some health conditions that you're concerned about. But it is safe. It's just that if you haven't done breath work before, it can be quite physically overwhelming. It's normal to feel physically uncomfortable. And one of the things, I'll just give you the lowdown. One of the things that happens to me still every time I do breath work is that I get what's called tetany. So the amount of oxygen that goes into your system is super powerful, but sometimes your muscles clamp up. Like my hands will go into claws like this and I can't move them. And it's like it goes away right away as soon as I to return my breath back to normal, but it's creepy. So if you're not used to having that happen, it can be alarming. And so if that does happen to you, it's 100% normal. Happens to me every time. It's weird, but you'll be okay. And your fingers will, sometimes people notice that happens, that they get clamped up around their chest, it feels tight, or their face feels tingly or tight, their legs get restless. All of those are actually really normal symptoms of having that much oxygen flush into your system, and they are safe. That said, if you feel overwhelmed, you can slow down, you can stop, whatever you need to do. But I do recommend that you just kind of explore and see how far you can kind of push yourself while still feeling you want to honor your own body's wisdom. So if you don't feel okay at any point, you can stop. But the breath, what it does is it clears an enormous amount of old energy out of the system and brings an enormous amount of new energy into the system. So it's really like a flushing out. But the other thing that it does that's like just so amazing is it opens the heart in an emotional way. And you don't necessarily realize that it's happening because you're just breathing and you're like, wow, my hands are tingly, my face is tingly, this is a lot of work. But afterwards, you have this real opening, and it's like a foolproof way to plug into that. And from a quantum level, everything is energy. And so the universe is always responding to our energy as we're responding to it. And so if we can plug more into the heart and activate the heart, that's when like real energy starts moving. I mean, it's like amazing. If you get emotional, it's super normal. If you cry, if you start laughing uncontrollably, all of those things are normal. It's also okay if none of that happens. Every breathwork journey is different. But those are things. So we'll be breathing for for maybe 3 or 4 songs, and then we'll go into a vision of your desired future. We'll explore a future Aquarian timeline that you would like to create. And I just let yourself dream a little, and if you have any thoughts that come up of fear of, oh, this isn't really possible, I'm never going to get what I want, just bring compassion to yourself and pretend you're 5 and just let yourself try some stuff out. Okay, so we'll go into that. But once you're in a position where you're feeling more and you're actually in your heart, that is like the point of power where energy is moving. And that's why I think the breath work is just such an amazing tool to get us there, right? So you don't have to do it, but I just highly recommend that you give it a shot. So the way to do the breath is very easy, but it's a bit labor intensive, the first few minutes especially. It's all through the mouth, so you don't have to worry if your sinuses get clogged like mine do. It's a 2-part in-breath, and we'll all be lying down for this. Okay, so I'm going to stand up and show you what my tummy looks like when I'm doing it. So you breathe in through the lower tummy, then you breathe in through the chest, and then exhale. So you got tummy, chest, out. So belly, that's it. So it's kind of weird, but you get used to it and just see what happens and who's ready to move some energy. So you'll be laying down. You want your head flat, so no pillow under your head. You can put a pillow under your knees. It's more just because it's like your body's in more easy alignment for that. And we're just going to breathe. We're going to breathe for a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then we'll go into a deeper meditation, okay? So everyone get yourselves comfortable.